Hi, this is Zilch. I will be demonstrating a few maneuvers for you to go with my companion article in this month's edition of Reach Impact, which will be issue number 5, I believe. The first is the boom and zoom, which is the tactic of choice if you're the fast ship and you're fighting against the slow one. It allows you to use your speed advantage to minimize exposure to fire, deliver your volley, and then break away. And then you can assess either you killed him or you didn't. If you killed him, great. If you didn't, you can extend away from his effective cone of fire and zoom back in and do it again. So let's say he's out here, he's out of gun range, and I decide I want to kill him. So I may start firing here. Boom, 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 right? I may slow down, I may not, but I'm certainly going to start strafing away from him to keep my guns on him and zoom by. And I can do retro thrusters and fly backwards, shoot him, boom, 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 boom. And if he's really angry at you, which he should be, you can use that distance to run and hide in some rocks, like this. Another variation on that is to decouple as you get close. Let's see if I can do that. Look, I pissed him off, he's shooting. So what you want to do is come in do a little slowly just to demonstrate here. Decouple, and you can use your TVV, that little circle off to the side. You're still flying the path you want to fly, but it allows you to keep going at your fastest speed and keep your nose on the target and fire at the same time. So let's recouple. Do a real quick run, full afterburner. Watch your TVV, that's a little squircle that shows you exactly where you're going. And kind of strafe out to the side while you go boom, boom, boom. I pull the throttle back, strafe full to the left. And then break away, because he looked like he was getting angry. So that's the boom and zoom. Pretty simple. The second maneuver is going to be, this is not in the same order the article went in, but this second maneuver is going to be a circle strafe. This is good for a light or medium fighter. Definitely better if you have the speed advantage. But basically what you do is you throttle back all the way, keep your nose and your guns pointed at the target, and you circle. It's circle strafe or circle attack, I think is what I call it in the article, but you get the idea. It's very much like playing Doom back in the day. And you're just flying in a circle, it makes it harder for him to hit you, but you can, see if he's firing straight like that. It's harder for him to hit. That's the circle attack or the circle strafe. Pretty easy stuff. Now, when it gets a little more complicated and certainly a lot more effective for you is if you add roll to that circle strafe. So we're going to start our maneuver. Let's say he's really pissed off and he's pointing at us. He's firing the whole time. You can add roll to your flight path like this, and your flight path is going to look like a really bent out of shape slinky. It's going to make it a little harder for you to hit, but it's certainly a lot harder for him to hit you. So that's the strafe roll. Strafe and roll. That's self-explanatory. Okay, so I wanted to cover turreting in a little more detail than I had previously. To me, it's less of a maneuver than kind of a paradigm or a way of doing things, and the Hornet is really conducive to it. See, I'm flying maneuvers, but that's not my focus. My focus is keeping my pipper on this target over everything else. You notice what you want to do is watch, where it says coupled, pay attention to where I decouple, like that. You'll see the little X showing that I've separated my forward flight from where I'm pointing. Recouple. So I want to turret that. I'm going to kind of just keep my nose pointed at it, recouple. My priority is keeping my guns on that thing. I think of my ship more like, I don't know, to me, more like a mobile gun platform rather than a zoomy, twirly, fast fighter. Which is really good for a ship like the Hornet, because you've got a lot of guns, but you're not really going to go anywhere too fast. You're not going to be able to brake or anything like that, so I'm going to spin over to this guy. I'm aware of the rocks to my left. My priority is to stay away from them and just keep my guns pointed at my target at all costs, right? Not at all costs, but as a priority. Your priority is pointing the nose at the thing rather than any kind of positioning your ship. So I don't really care so much what this guy is doing, where he's facing, where he's going, as long as I can put fire into him. And that's turreting. Kind of in a nutshell. It's not really a good visual representation of it, but...
Target destroyed.
Decouple. Get my nose on this guy. And move my ship generally in that direction, but my priority is keeping my guns where I can just hose them down with fire, or, you know, make precise strikes, or whatever it is you're going to do. So that's turreting. Let's see if I can get another little demonstration here.
Forward proximity.
It's also good if you want a turret. Let's say I have an objective and it's over there where my flight path is. I can move toward it and turret my ship, decouple, and still make attacks as I'm on the way there. It's another advantage of turreting. And I just recoupled, and I'm going to go chase this guy down a little bit. Please move toward him.
Destroyed.
Alright.
0 hostile contacts remaining.
And that's turreting in a nutshell. This is the button hook. The button hook you're going to find yourself naturally wanting to do when you want to get into somebody's 6. Assuming he's going in a straight line,
Warning.
and you're going head on,
Approaching simulation
it's going to look a little like this. You're going to come in, and when you get to a distance that is appropriate for your weapons and your ship and your speed, you're going to start throttling back, strafing away from him, turning toward him. So you get about here, then you throttle forward and you boost, and you can strafe toward him, and look at that, you're right on his 6. This is a perfect firing position. So I button hooked, which is basically coming in from his nose. Here, let's break away and do that again. This is, I found, much more useful against AI than humans, because they tend to be a little more oblivious. Human opponent, when you get on his 6, tends to take notice, but ideally you want to attack his 6 o'clock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing around, keep my nose pointed at him for a while so I can keep my sight on him, throttle back, strafe to the right, turn my ship to the left until I get to about here. Then I hit the booster, throttle forward, and sometimes you can strafe toward him a little bit. That'll help tighten your turn. And look at that. Boom, 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 boom. And that's a dead target until he, turns and shoots at you, or, runs away, which he won't be able to do in the ship he's got. Anyway, that's kind of it. That's all I had in mind. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll develop more of these, maybe a little more formally later, and everything it'll be cool, right? And until then, get in the cockpit, take some shots,